What is up, guys? This is Neocrown playing my Dexterity Scaling Volatile Necromancer build in Path of Exile Crucible League. Traditionally, Dexterity Scaling has only been for attack-based builds, but I'm using the new Crucible mod, which is this one here. Volatile Incremation Penetrate 2% fire resistance per 100 Dexterity. So there's a few ways where we scale the build, which is Dexterity stacking. So we get up to 1,000. 800 or 2000 dexterity using all the normal dexterity shenanigans with the equipment and the tree. We get defense wise evasion, a lot of evasion with dexterity, and we get spell suppression as well because we're pretty close to the side of the tree that get lets us get suppression. And because Necromancer, we get a bit of um, the bone offering effect applied to us. We get a bit of a block chance. With Crucible though, you can get the nodes that give you like 20% attack block, so you can easily cap your block chance as well, giving you a better effective hit pool. That goes for spell suppression as well. Without any suppression, Crucible mod, we're up to 95% without the flask. So with flask, we go way over. Um, Flat damage scaling wise, we get the plus gems with wand. You can get +1 there. You can get +1 corruption on the socketed gems. You can get level 21 volatile dead. So scaling pretty nicely there in terms of flat. We get the spell slinger effect as well. That gives you a combination of your flat explicits on your wand applying to the fire damage or lightning damage or whatever it is attacks you have. So I have lightning damage here and fire damage. It gets amplified by spell slinger, applies to your spell, and we get a few increased damage scaling. So implicit on the one, which is increased spell damage per 16 dexterity. We get a shit ton of increased spell damage from this. We get the Fractal Thoughts explicit mod, which is increased elemental damage per 10 dexterity. So we get dexterity from there as well. Brisk Scrap itself gives us 1% increased damage per 15 dexterity, and the Crucible Tree, of course, gives us 5 penetration. Now, we can stack this as well, I believe, giving us 8% fire resistance penetration per 100 dexterity. So in total, it gives us 80% fire resist, so which is close to maybe 2 gems slots by itself. So it's pretty significant in terms of more damage. Now we're also a crit build. We probably are crit capped technically with a few things. We get Shaper's Touch with the implicit here. You can get other gloves, but Shaper's Touch gives us a lot of HP. Gives us maybe about 1,500 HP, which adds up to quite significant effective HP. We're using Precision as well with Sublime Vision, giving us 25% more crit strike chance, which applies to both attacks and spells. So it gets amplified, giving us close to 100% critical strike chance for spells. So that makes scaling critical strike damage much more effective because we're going to crit a lot more. We get up to maybe 500% crit multiplier, which isn't too bad. We can scale it up even more if I really invest it into the build, but that's pretty good for what it is at the moment. That's the crit. Strength. We need a bit of strength to make sure that it's a bit higher than the intelligence because of the helmet. So our helmet is Fractal Thoughts. We need strength to be higher than intelligence to give us 15% increased dexterity. So we get that from just taking a few nodes on the tree. We can also use some attribute manipulation jewels like um, brutal restraint are the ones that convert to strength if we actually need to top up on strength. But these ones are pretty good. It converts everything to dexterity. So this one here gives me, if I take this off, I lose 271 dexterity, and this one here 337 dexterity. So these jewels give us a lot of dexterity by itself. The other thing with the dexterity stacking is we have two split personalities. So this is a pretty far traveling split personality. You can see we start from here, go all the way down here, and the split personalities here give us 239 dexterity each, with a bit of strength to give us the strength bonus as well. So that's pretty nifty slots for the split personalities because it travels a long way. So if we take this off, we'll lose. Oops. Let's see. Take this off. Yep, we lost maybe about 200 dexterity there. Um, okay, and what else is there in the build? We got Bruce. Yeah, we got a Timeless Jewel, Brutal Restraint. I mean, it goes pretty cheap. I don't think many people slot it in this specific spot. I'm not sure why. I mean, I got mine for 100 chaos, but I think there's a few in the market for a div or two divs. But this one's pretty good because it gives us 5% dexterity. So 4 nodes with 5% dexterity, we get 20%. And then Cold Res to top off Cold Res, max life, most speed. Uh, Pretty much the whole thing is very, very nice for the build. I don't see a single slot that's not good. So I even spec into this one for Onslaught. It gives us Onslaught, even though I don't need the melee strike range, but the Onslaught's pretty good. So um, that's a nice mapping option if you want Onslaught on the build. Um, for strength wise and scaling wise, we have Garukan's Flight, which gives us flat life per dexterity. We get Shaper's Touch, giving us flat life per dexterity as well. Um, and our body armor doesn't have any life, so we can take some nodes which give us, the 15% increased life if there are no life modifiers on the armor. So it's we get up to 6k HP, and effective hit pool of 25k for the elementals, and for fizz hit, obviously, we're just gonna have to rely on flasks or other mechanics to avoid that. Um, we can technically spec into iron reflexes if you really wanted to, but the jump isn't that significant, and you're gonna lose a bit of evasion. So we're gonna rely on evasion and block chance to mitigate fizz damage and chaos damage. Although I could technically invest into chaos res if I wanted to. Um, Feeding the auras wise, so we can only run one aura, which is precision. We can also fit in Herald of Ash. So I can actually make that level 21. Is that gonna change things? Maybe not. Maybe 23. No, I think in my current setup, level 21 gives me a bit more damage. I'm not sure why. I can't remember. But yeah, so we can run Herald of Ash. We do run Frenzy as our trigger for the Spell Slinger. This gives us Combustion, which can ignite enemies, lower their penetration even further. Curse them with Assassin's Mark, or another curse of your choice, like Flammability if you wanted. Desecrate setup here, and Volatile Dead setup here. You do need 5 blue sockets on an evasion based chess. I'm running Awakened 5 pen at the moment because the build is still working, not completed yet. I can use a bit more tainted chromatics to get these colors on the socket here. All right, so that's the gist of the build. Like technically, let's say I don't know how to do the exact calculations, but you are shooting out 6 volatile dead projectiles per cast, and with cooldown recovery you can actually do a bit more. So technically you're doing maybe a million, 1.6 million DPS, um, and it's pinnacle boss setting. What's the other thing with the build? And I think this is bugged at the moment. It doesn't have the penetration. So if we actually tick the penetration, it gives us 22. No, what was that 220k, 220k per ball, and that gives me 6 balls is 2.5 million damage. And if we have Sinner Swallow, Bottle Faith, Wise Oak, Shenanigans, we get up to pretty significant damage. And we can always pre-stack 60 balls. We can stack 60 balls, I believe, and that gives us a lot. Actually, the Fractal Tots, traditional corpses, I don't need that. I'm actually running a different setup at the moment. I'm testing currently a Zealotry setup. So I've got Watcher's Eye with Zealotry. Oh, okay. It's just pretty significant sell, so we'll invite him there. Maybe I'm underselling this, but who cares? Who cares? I think it goes for a lot more, actually. Alright, and what else? Astromantis for the build. Astromantis for the build. For this dexterity stacking, I think if I get, I can get a better amulet here. Let me just have a look. Dexterity amulet. This gives me a lot more damage actually if I get dexterity amulet. But obviously they go for a lot more. 15. Oh, this has a bit more on it. Probably don't need that much. Yeah, one divine there, which is pretty good. This chaos resistance, that one's pretty good as well. Rarity, I could probably get that one. Oh, this one's pretty nice to have. I can maybe grab this for 100. Yeah, options. So there's upgrades for the build. Like I don't actually need this much. I just need strength to be higher than Dex. I'm running a Herald of Ash, Circle of Anguish Ring. It gives me increased fire damage and buff effect for more damage. Um, what else is I'm running different? Yeah, this one's not the good one. I'm trying to craft a better one with. Let's see. I actually have it equipped. Yeah, this one. I'm just still trying to craft this one. All right, so that's the build. Let's see it in action. Let's do a quick cemetery. Cemetery. I've stacked so many cemeteries, and yeah, let's just test it out. Once the build gets higher levels and more damage, I can do high tier maps and farm them. Ooh, delirium. So you can see, one cast, you get 6 balls, and attack speed wise, we're pretty good. Like we don't actually need the Necromancer node, whatever that is, the Ascendancy node for the attack speed. I think we're pretty much attack speed capped or not capped. Like we reached the limit to cast per. Ooh, Divine is a strong box there, which is pretty good. Avoid. But you can see it's pretty nice clearing build. Auto targets. Everyone knows the gist with Volatile Dead. Nothing too troublesome. Oh, actually, I forgot to mention this one. I'm running Eldritch Battery for this specific setup because I'm running Zealotry. So otherwise, I can't fit all the specific preservation auras. But yeah, this one has Zealotry, and I actually think I like this one a bit more than the precision scaling. You do get a bit less crit chance because you get up to maybe 70%, but you get a bit of quality of life with the not spending mana. What else is there with this setup compared to the other one? This guy is pretty tanky, not sure why. Probably because of his got the delirium effect. Yeah, I forgot. Yep. Alright, that's the build. Pretty fun. You can try cremation with it, although I don't know how that's gonna work. You can try detonate dead with it, but won't really scale because of the crucible tree. It's pretty fun build to level as well. I level with Spellslinger by itself, no issues. And it's it brings back the days when Spellslinger was actually good and people loved Volatile Dead. At the moment, there's not many people playing Volatile Dead at all. You can see on the tree. Let's see, Volatile Dead. Volatile Dead. Not many. Not many as a main link either, so and the damage they're doing is not much compared to what I'm doing. So this is Dexterity scaling spell build, which is I don't think has been done much. Like I'm not gonna claim that I'm the first to build this, but I don't think it's been done to this extent. Hope you guys enjoy, and I'll post the path of building link in the description and see if you guys can scale this build even further. So I'm doing a few things at the moment. I'm doing a Zealotry based build with Zealotry Watcher's Eye, and I'm trying a few other setups to include low life and righteous fire, etc. Because I can maybe fit Purity Fire, and with the Crucible mod that gives us 4% fire resist, we can maybe get up to 90% fire res and actually run righteous fire on this build which, let me see if I run Righteous Fire, if I equip Righteous Fire. Let's see, Righteous Fire. If we have Righteous Fire, that's look at that, boost damage to 400,000, and if we I guess if we're low life, let's see, how do we low life ourselves? We need to run this with arrogance, I guess. Yeah, if we low life ourselves, that's even more damage. Look at that, 500k per ball. We produce 6 balls, and that's gonna be 7 million damage. So if we can fit everything in or somehow make it work, it's gonna be a very fun build with dexterity scaling spells. All right, that's New Crown. I'm signing off. Thanks for watching. Cheers.